Hey guys, this will be a review of Triton by the music, standard 12, standard 12, a TeamLiquid Map Contest 12, standard category submission. This is one of the maps which I'm like fairly content regarding its situation that it made it to the finalist, given like it's very like flavorful, I wanna say, center when it comes to having the center itself being slightly detached from the wings of the map and not quite allowing easy passage, but at the same time keeping it like very interesting and balanced overall, I feel. One of the things that I'm not entirely sure, it is in the diagonal rocks. They are alright, but my concern comes more than anything else for the same things that I said the map was interesting. The map I feel could make with or without them. That is like a very much an stylistic choice in this sense. I won't say that to remove them. I actually will advocate to try to keep them even when I'm not particularly fond of them. When it comes to this type of map layouts, in the past we have had issues with the siege tanks and serious discussions over maps which share the high ground in front of the third base, like so. In this case, like Parasite was one of the finalists that also had a similar layout and had like also similar problems. That said, Triton in here has a considerably wide ramp in this situation. It is slightly farther than other maps from the town hall itself to the range of siege tanks. It also already has the line of sight blockers positioning here in order to avoid the siege tanks problem becoming like too strongly, even though Terran will obviously also have medivacs in order to back up and give vision to the siege tanks. But even then, it shouldn't be like too much of a problem that it was in like previous maps. When it comes to like aesthetics as well, I will commend the music for like achieving a very cool aesthetic with the with the purplish plants, the slightly reddish plates alongside with the blue. It's a very nice theme. That said, I am not a particular fan of this specific plating, especially in the main base. It is a very busy texture, and even though it looks alright, I'm not like completely sold on it. I would personally recommend to paint the main bases a more contrasting tone. I'm not sure if I will recommend to use this red, but maybe something different in order to create a more even more like visually interesting mix up of colors in here. When it comes to the rest of the map, we have the corners. That is an area where there was ample discussion. One thing that I'm not particularly fond of still, it is the fact that this is a very wide ramp. This is not a ramp that will be used to a considerable degree in the map, so there is no strong necessity for it to be so wide and to use such a disproportionate amount of area in comparison to its gameplay value and its gameplay usage. Therefore, I would recommend to obviously to reduce it probably further, like just like so, something like this. Oops, nope, there, something like that, and use the rest of the space, well, something like that, I'm sorry, and use this rest of the space in order to take this mineral line, make it diagonal, and push it back. This way, the mineral line could also be used in this section in order as a partial wall off as well. I don't think that is like particularly interesting because it is already like a quite late game base, but it will be more efficient with its usage of space, and that is something that I think will be very beneficial, especially because there is still this other area in here that is biting space slightly too much into here. So that would be like a small recommendation for the not corner bases, but for the 3 and 9, no, 230 and 830 bases. When it comes to the rest of the map, it is like very solidly built, just like I have mentioned in like basically every single other video for the standard category maps. There is like not much else. Maybe the high ground pod in here, this one for the overlords, could be pushed further to the left in this case, and in order to leave like some slightly extra space for the back of the mineral line in the third, and that way avoid maybe probably problems with marines getting dropped in here. But I don't think that's even that much of a concern nowadays. But still, so maybe just something to keep in mind. A good usage, of course, of the Bespin geysers in the natural and the main base in order to allow for scouting of them, in order to avoid Zerg players getting like absolutely wrecked. And that's basically it. The lack of cannon rush spots in the back of the natural base is something very well done, very well achieved in this case. Personally, I'm not a fan of this back area behind around the edges of the map, but that's like not a problem, really, not a problem. Anyhow, I think that's basically it for Triton. Triton, the finalist by the music. Anyhow, this has been Triton by the music. A finalist for the standard category of the TeamLiquid Map Contest 12, and see you guys in the next video.